Hey, welcome to a new Project Camp update. So we bought this piece of land and are prototyping another way of living. And in the previous update I show you a tour of the land, what it looks like. And in this update I'm going to show you something I wasn't aware of before buying this land. Let me show you outside. Hey, welcome to the second update of the land. So one big thing I learned this week is that it actually rains quite a lot around here. I mean, we knew it would rain more in the north of Portugal than the south, but I thought, man, it's Portugal, how much can it really rain? But yeah, apparently quite a lot. I can show you later. But yeah, in a way it's good because everything is very green and everything grows, a lot of life. But I guess for human conditions it's a bit less fun when it rains, especially if you're just in a van. But one thing I wanted to show you guys is what it does to roads. So for instance here you have a road, and the road accumulates the water, so it creates these little streams. But it actually also, the water, it erodes the roads, so it makes this really big holes in here. And this is still a tiny one. If you see over here, it's much deeper. So yeah, really big grooves. But because of that, you can't really drive this road anymore. But we kind of have to drive this one because we have two shipping containers on a big truck having to access this. So yeah, we need to find a way to make this flat and that it fits besides all the trees there. So yeah, this is gonna be one of the missions, to clean this road. But now I'm thinking, because last time we've been here on the land it was summer and there was a little stream downstairs and it had some water, which is cool. That's still in the middle of summer, had that water. But I'm curious, now it rained a lot, to see if it got better or more or increased the water. So let's have a look. So here's the little creek, and it's not even that much fuller, even though it rains all the time. I wonder where all the water goes. Probably on my head. Time to get in. So this is basically how I get home now. Wet socks all the time. I did find a very good drying method. It is with a magnet, and then you just hang your clothes to dry. Perfect. Okay, so the rain is not necessarily a big problem. I guess I just didn't see it coming. I always learned that Netherlands you go for rain, Portugal you go for the sun. So I was looking up a little bit, I mean, how much does it actually rain? And I found this quite interesting chart. It's from a website that gathers the rain from the last 40 years. Alright, so let me show you here in these diagrams the weather in the Netherlands and here the region in Portugal. And then here you have all the months and then maximum temperature, minimum, and the amount of rain there falls in millimeter. So let's say January right now you would have 175 millimeter of rain in Portugal, and in the Netherlands you would have just 70 millimeter, which is less than half. So if we go to, for instance, November, Netherlands, 85. And here it would be 135, so way more. The only months where it's really different is here in the high season. So let's say take August, it's only 50 millimeter in Portugal, and in the Netherlands it would be 65. But overall the amount of rain in Portugal is much higher than over a year than in the Netherlands. So yeah, didn't see that coming. Yeah, I see what you're thinking. Maybe you should look this up, Dave, before you buy land. to see the climate, because you're going to make quite an investment and you're going to spend quite some years of your life in there. I agree, it makes sense to look this up. I guess we just assumed in the Portugal it would never be that much rain. But yeah, I think it will be okay, but I'm just at this point also just not really prepared. I mean, this van is like a humid, cold sauna. I don't really have any rain gear with me. The only thing I can really be is in this van, because if I go outside it gets wet. Even drying clothes, it's hard, because I mean, it's not really that much less humid in here. So yeah, it's time to make a few changes and upgrades. Upgrade 1 I saw from a local guy who was walking around like that yesterday, so I'm gonna give it a try. So basically on his feet he was wearing some dry socks, but on top of that he put a plastic bag, so your socks don't get wet. Doesn't sound like a super good approach, but I mean, better than having wet socks every day. So let's see. Yeah, this kind of looks like how he was walking around. Upgrade number 2 is installing a bit of a shelter, because now the only dry place is inside, so we're gonna set up a tarp on the outside. So that's 2 good upgrades. Well, let me see if the other one is good. No, I still got wet socks. Maybe the back is broken. Nope, boat's still wet. 1 good upgrade. Upgrade! Alright, so that was the second update. If you like to see these updates and want to see all of them, make sure to look here. If you like to follow this in general, make sure to subscribe, because we're going to have way more updates coming in the future. We're just getting started. And if you want to make sure we can really turn this place into something beautiful and really dive into all the details, make sure to visit support.projectcamp.com. Thanks for watching and see you in the next update.